Alright, it is a Sunday, and this is going to be the weekly recap from the 6th of the previous week to the 10th, and I only had 2 trades. Really, the main issue is that I haven't been having those morning panic bounce plays that I really like trading the most. In fact, I just traded one, which wasn't even a good setup. It was actually a pretty bad setup. There was another one that wasn't too bad. It was DPLS, but that one tends to trade very weird. It was still not even a good, morning panic bounce play setup, and I just have to adapt. There have been a lot of high day breakouts. There have been a lot of dip towards VWAP. There have been a lot of these low flow OTCs that make these tremendous moves. I have to adapt and just find myself, practicing and trying all over, trading these new setups. And I did hesitate on some setups. I could have tried 2 red to green setups. I think one of them I couldn't trade because it was RGBP, and Schwab doesn't let me trade that stock anymore because of that regulation, and I guess they just have an updated, they don't have an updated list of pink stocks that did not have their stuff up to date, but hopefully I can be able to trade stuff like that in the future. It is the 12th, and I believe, right, 1 week and a half from now, I should be able to short sell, and I think that will be nice too, so that I can try more than one type of setup, not just long but short. A lot of these OTCs are very nice shorts, especially after they've had this large run up and then it tries to make another uptrend. A lot of those tend to fail very easily. I can try that. I have a lot of setups I need to get better with. I need to also just try trading larger sizes, at least on setups that seem really clean, like the red to green setups I've been seeing recently. This is going to be a pretty short weekly recap because I've only traded 2 things. Only 2 things to go over. 2 trades. They were both profitable. The stats are going to be kind of off. 100% winning percentage would be nice, I think, if I traded 50 things, but this was only 2 trades right here. My average percent gain doesn't matter that much because I just had 2 trades. It does show here that I was in a trade an average of just under 2 minutes. $20. I traded $600 of dollar volume, which actually leads to be a nice percentage, right? But essentially, is it the highest? It is the highest it's ever been, but just $600 of trading volume is absolutely nothing. I'm going to go ahead and go over these 2 setups. Let's look at MGUY for the 7th. Okay, MGUY and the 7th. So I might just leave it the way it is, but it was this first green candle. Just, nice volume, nice price action. We've had a lot of these now, these low flow OTC stocks, and then halfway, not halfway through the day, but eventually when they close, a lot of them just have these little big wicks. This could be something interesting to short, but that's pretty sketchy because there is going to be one that's just going to keep going. And this was a high day breakout, and let's look at the 7th once again, which was back here. Let's just highlight the entire day since I'm not really sure when this was. And my entry was 949 at 244. 949 right here. 244. It looks like it did uptrend later. Let's try to zoom in a little more. Yeah, 949, 244, small position. 949. Yeah, right here. 949, 244. I remember seeing this. I could have done the dip towards VWAP, but I just wasn't there when it happened. Kind of missed it, and then I sold 951 at 2625. So right here, 26. This was about it, near the top really. 2625 right here. So I bought right here, right, and I sold here. Why? Attempted just high day breakout. The previous high was here. I got in at 950. Not 951, 949. It did get as high as 6236 or whatever the top was here. 265 was the high, and I sold because of a red candle formed basically after the the candle was looking like it was gonna close red right here. I went ahead and sold because ideally this thing would have just continued, like maybe here, just green, 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 green. Here's a red candle sell, right? Although it kept going. That's kind of like the idea, because OTC stocks are very clean. This is something I can't do with a listed stock. I can't just sell once the first red candle is formed, because they trade very, very, very choppy. This was a trade setup here. I didn't try again later here. It would have been kind of hard. I think in the future, if I see this kind of price action here, this would have been kind of hard for me to enter for a high day breakout, because it's all wicky and sketchy and jumpy. But once we get to about right here, maybe when we start having some kind of a bottom form right here at this 28 level, that's when I can try something like that, and maybe that can help me be in a profitable setup that actually makes a nice move. There has been a lot of these things. I've hesitated on a lot of setups, but to summarize, this is what a lot of these have been. Just a nice big low float runner, and it just makes these crazy highs, and then by the end of the day it's a big wick. So I just have to get better at these. This again would have been a very nice dip towards VWAP that I missed. I was kind of close on Friday trading one, but I just need to get more practice. Sometimes the VWAP just kind of moves around a lot, and it's kind of really hard to jump in on the trade. I like seeing a large amount of people on the bid when a setup like that is being in the making. So that was a trade here. Let's go over the second one. This one was a very degenerate setup. I put kinda as in it kinda worked. PBYA for the 9th. Let's look at PBYA for the 9th. It's a nice runner, but this thing does kind of offer morning panic bounce plays, but they haven't been that nice. They were super nice back here, but last week it wasn't really that good. The one before it was, and I just kept missing it. So let's look at the 9th, which was right here. Yeah, let's just highlight this section so you can tell it's not very clean at all actually. Let's look at this. My entry was 12.55, 938. So 938 was right here. This green candle 12.55. So right between 125 and 126. My entry was basically right here. It did drop maybe I think 8% on the day. It was holding this level. This would have been my risk level if 125 broke. I'm in at 1255. And I sold 2 minutes later, 940, 126. It wasn't an exact level 126, like some of it sold above 126, but I sold because the next candle that formed after this here when I got in was a red candle, so I sold because of the fact that okay, not the best setup, red candle formed, maybe this is the one that will actually crack the support level, which it kind of did here, but it did get the VWAP, past VWAP before that happened, and I placed a sell order which was on the ask, and it got executed. It did uptrend to 127. It did get to 129, but I don't know how easy it would have been to have been executed there, or maybe at 128. But yeah, it was a really degenerate setup. So yeah, just 2 tiny trades. I'm gonna try. It really stinks, but there's just no morning panic bounce plays that I really like. I feel a lot more confident trading red to green setups more than dip towards VWAP setups or high day breakouts. I just like them so much more. It just seems like there's more sense behind it than just some degenerate, oh, it's downtrending, crashing, it's falling towards VWAP, oh, it's holding, let's buy. It just seems a lot nicer red to green setups where a stock kind of goes red on the day, has a panic, it tries to hit green, then it fails, but it makes a higher low, and then it starts uptrending and holding the red to green level, maybe putting up some kind of a sign that it could hold a support level. That seems like a really good setup with a lot of potential, especially if a stock is at its lows and it's going to try a reversal on the daily charts, or maybe even something at its highs and it's just going to continue. That's all I got. Just hopefully I can try to push myself to trade more setups. There are no morning panic bounce plays. Maybe there are going to be some this week, but yeah, I just have to keep going, and I obviously have a lot of things to get better at. It kind of sucks because, if I look at my calendar here, right, I was up $300. I wasn't even trading these morning panic bounce plays the way I should have been trading them, especially with what I've learned since July. But then we started to have less morning panic bounce play setups, and I did kind of trade some of them horribly. It wasn't until this month that I really learned that red candle rule that I think would help me, but we just haven't seen these morning panic bounce plays. I obviously need to get good at another setup, because now that this one isn't really as nice as what it used to be, it's not happening that often. I have to just keep on moving and trying harder, trying different setups. That's all I got for right now. Not a bad week, honestly. I didn't push myself to do anything dumb, but I would have liked it if I had more trades. I could have pushed myself to trade some setups that weren't bad. I just have to try learning new setups, because the morning panic bounce plays that I like so much is not happening.